All right, this is another case study. This was actually last Friday. I'm a developing student. These are just my interpretations on price. Big thanks to ICT. Let's get straight into it. So on Friday we had 9:45 news. As you know, news is just gonna push us to the already existing draw on liquidity. So I'm not too worried about something like PMI. I'm more worried about like the big three news events. I'm not too worried about this PMI news. And here's the daily chart on NQ. As always, I like to get a view of like what order flow is. Right now it's bullish. Right now it's bullish. But we look at this last up close candle. We had like kind of a consolidation day, and then we had a retracement day, and then here we can expect to see some form of expansion, some form of continuation, or some form of consolidation, and that's kind of what we ended up having. We just consolidated for us today, and I think we're priming up for us to maybe manipulate into this daily fair value gap right here to then send this lower. But what I also want to point out is that YM created a SIBI, or created a BISI, created a daily BISI, while ES and NQ are both created daily SIBIs. So that's something to look at and just note going in. In terms of YM, this looks kind of bullish. I want to see at least this daily fair value gap probably to get traded into, which isn't too far away. So I think that totally could prime us up for some manipulation in this fair value gap to then break down to these lows, which that would be in line with some bias that I have with ES and NQ just for short term. Maybe for this imbalance right here is what I'm looking at. So here is a 4 hour on NQ. All right, and here is my lovely annotation. As we see here, we have this last down close candle, it's the lowest down close candle. We were offered sell side within this, and then we expand higher, and then we offer buy side through this area. So the market needs to come back down to offer fair value within the market, and that's exactly what we end up doing. We end up offering fair value within this. So ES hasn't traded return to fair value yet. As you see here, I want to see this order block get traded into, and I think that's what we are going to do start of next week. I think that we're priming this up for some manipulation Monday, Tuesday, to then have this traded into maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And yeah, here is the 1 hour chart on NQ. Overall, we kind of just consolidated throughout the rest of the day. We had that big expansion day Thursday, and we have come back to that level, but we did leave sell side liquidity right here. We left sell side resting here. So no doubt in my mind, are we going to take these lows next week? I'm pretty confident that we're going to take these lows next week. I just want to see how we trade to that. But as always, my bias can shift on whatever the market gives me. I know I'm talking about bias a lot, but I want to see manipulation up into probably this fair value gap right here, maybe right to this wick, take these equal highs to then head lower to these lows here, and then to the daily imbalances that we have below. All right, and here is a 15-minute chart. As you see here, we have that 1 hour BISI. We're coming up, or sorry, SIBI, that 1 hour sell side imbalance, buy side efficiency. We're coming up. We purge buy side liquidity, then we sell off. We take this low right here. We turn to that 4 hour order block right there, and then throughout the rest of the day, we come up, have a buy program, and then we come back, sell program, just to return to this rejection block right there, and then we consolidate throughout the rest of the day. So overall, there was really no PM session set up. I don't think that there was anything in the PM at all. I think that there was just a good AM trade, and then maybe possibly this trade, maybe. But I think the AM session and then this right here was the only high or even like high probability scenario. And then this also is the 15-minute on ES, and notice where we deliver right to. We deliver right to this fair value gap low right there. This is a BPR. It's balanced price range fair value gap. I like to see this, and it's kind of repeated throughout the day. We have this right here, and then we return right there, delivered right there, and then we sold off. All right, here's the 5-minute chart on ES, and this was a very nice Judas swing model. Very, very nice. This is exactly what I want to see when I come into the market. Exactly what you want to see. As you see here, we left equal highs. We run up into those right at 9:30, and then we break down. And then where is the low resistance liquidity at 9:30? That's it. Simple as that. But where's the low resistance liquidity at 9:30? Market's likely going to draw to that, and that's exactly what we end up doing. We end up breaking down, change to delivery, order block, fair value gap, and notice as well, we have a BPR fair value gap. We have a fair value gap up, fair value gap down. This is a balanced price range. Price doesn't need to hang around here at all, and if we disrespect this, that can tell us that we likely don't want to head lower. But we know probabilities are in our favor because we have all this low resistance liquidity. Thursday put in the high of the week, and we're likely going to seek all this sell side liquidity as well. We also have imbalances to return to on ES. Right there, we end up breaking down. And then here, price changes the state of delivery right here on the 5 minute, and then we don't come back to mean threshold. That's a bullish signature. And then we expand higher, come back to this area right here, this inverse, this BPR right here. Again, we disrespect this BPR and then come back in. We reclaim it right there, and we head up to buy side liquidity. We purge these highs because we haven't had a meaningful purge on liquidity, and then we kind of break down again, return right to this new week opening gap again, and then we kind of just consolidate throughout the rest of the day. And here is a 1 minute chart of that delivery at 9:30, and I didn't denote the 9:30 opening price, but it's right here. It's right here. So we push up, we take that liquidity at 9:30, and this is just textbook, you know, low resistance liquidity to the low. To lows of us. Where is the low resistance liquidity? Where is the high resistance liquidity at 9:30? Simple. High resistance liquidity is at these highs. We're not likely going to purge these highs. It's just not as likely for us to expand higher than it is to us to attack all the sell side liquidity. So then we have a market structure shift, change of state delivery, ease order blocks get referred to right there, and then we come back down. We displace lower, institutional order flow entry drill on that fair value gap. Boom. Touch new week opening gap, come back up, and then we take sell side, and then we refer to that 4 hour order block. And what I do want to point out is I've just been doing some studying on this and just a little bit back testing right here, but this is a reclaimed order block right here. Right here, it's an order block that pushed to move lower in the sell side of the curve or in the buy side of the curve. So it pushed price lower. It didn't completely take out these lows. So on the buy side of the curve, this can be reclaimed, and then we end up reclaiming that, and that's what this level is right here. Look at that delivery, boom. All right, and here's ES. So this is the hourly imbalance I've been talking about. We came to 75% of that, and then we kind of just created a wick. Smart money kind of paired within that. We also took sell side liquidity below there, and then we kind of just consolidated. There's not really too much to it. There was a little there was a little buy program here because, like I was saying, we barely purged these highs here. So I think that the market needed to come back here to have a more meaningful purge on these highs right there. As we see here, 5 minute change of state of delivery. Beautiful delivery right there to that order block. We come back down to another order block, and then we end up expanding higher. And here's a 2 minute delivery of that. We break down, change state delivery, boom, fair value gap. And then we come back, consolidate around that order block level, and then we expand higher. We don't take the draw on liquidity, then price returns back, scares people, think we're going to go lower. We're just returning to that order block. Then we expand higher to those highs right there. And here's that 950 macro. I kind of included this a little bit later in the slideshow. I kind of added this a little last second. But notice here on NQ how the 950 macro just starts the next move. 950 macro starts the next move. The Judas model played out very nicely, and then the 950 macro ends up starting that next move to buy side. We end up displacing higher, change of state delivery, market structure shift, come back down to this fair value gap. We reaccumulate, send higher, another fair value gap, boom, and then that's probably a 2 minute order block like it was on ES, and then we end up expanding to that draw on liquidity. So this ended up being a market maker model, and then after that, we kind of just fell off. Is there anything here? I don't think so. This level right here is a 15 minute order block, and we end up coming back down. There might be a little sell model that you could take, but it's really during lunch hour, and I'm ideally looking for a setup at 2 p.m. if I am in the PM session, and therefore there wasn't really anything here. I think we're kind of just consolidating, just accumulating for Monday's action. That's what I think this is. All right, and here's YM. So this is the hourly chart on YM. So I really wanted YM to take these lows originally. This is what I wanted to see, but we failed to do so. So that is a little bit concerning for me, because that to me can signify some bearish action. That signifies that, hey, maybe this is just priming this for a smart money reversal on Monday or Tuesday to then have a full-on sell program to come and take these lows. So that has kind of made my bias a little bit interesting, but as always, I'm not gonna like take YM to heart. I'm gonna place more of my emphasis on NQ and ES. And this was a little markup I made of the week's action. We had Thursday high of a week in London, so Thursday made the high of a week in London, and then we have our news profiles right here. And I delineated the 9:30 open on every one of these. We had 8:30 news here, so 8:30 news took buy side, and then 9:30 continued. 9:30 had that reversal. This we had a classic sell day, so London put in the high day, and we displaced lower, and then 9:30 will expand. And here we have 9:30. Wait, that's not right. I need to change that. 9:30 would have been right here. That would have been a Judas. I need to change that. Yeah, that's all. That's all. Yeah, so 9:30 was right here, and then we ended up having a nice little Judas model. But yeah, that was kind of the delivery. Yeah, I need that kind of the. I need to change that. So that's kind of the delivery, and I do want to hop into a chart, and I want to look at YM, and I also want to look at NQ real quick. Or sorry, I want to look at dollar, and then I also want to look at YM. So on the dollar, this delivery has been. If we see here, we have left equal lows here, and we have this big sell side liquidity pool that still rests right here. It was a little bit concerning, but we have come back down, and we have changed the delivery. We've had displacement, and we respected this order block right here. The fact that we respected this order block here, and now we're continuing higher, means that hey, this buy side liquidity pool might be the draw on liquidity, but I'm just a little bit still confused the fact that we have left these equal lows, but I don't think that we need to. We still have this. We have a daily order block right here that we didn't really cause reaction off of. We already like have mitigated that before. We've come up and we have caused reaction before. So here is just more continuation. So this is a pretty bullish signature. We have come back down on hourly to this hourly imbalance. We kind of consolidated, and then we continue to expand higher. So as of right now, I'm gonna be a little bit bullish on dollar, so that would support lower prices on the indices. So that's kind of what I've been thinking, and then I kind of want to discuss the possibility of here. We'll pull up ES. I kind of like ES a little bit better. This being a market maker sell model, and this being your first stage of distribution. If I change this to sell side, this being your first stage of distribution, and then I want to see another stage of distribution possibly up here. So I think that this sell model likely might not be over, as I've discussed, or as I think that we still need to head to this 4-hour order block, which is where I think that we could put in another leg of distribution right here on ES. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at into the next week. I think that we could purchase these highs, but overall we just consolidated, so this could set up something to return to this area of fair value. So that's kind of where my eyes are at in the next week. As always, just gonna see what Monday does to set us up for the rest of the week. And yeah, if there's some nice setups, we'll see. In terms of news, I don't think we have anything too important. Let's see. Monday, no red folder news, so got to be cautious of that. But I think that Monday we will have good action though. I think that there will be good price action on Monday, even though there's no red folder news. 10 a.m. news, no red folder news on Wednesday. GBG, that'll be a good day. That'll be a good day. 8:30 news, nice. 8:30 news again. We have 2 folders here on Friday. So yeah, I think next week is gonna be a nice week. Anyways, hope you guys like this video. If any that's sorry. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.